Hey, what's going on everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name is George and I do videos on personal finance and technology. If you're interested in those topics, feel free to hit that subscribe button below. Be sure to also hit that bell notification icon to be notified whenever I post videos like this. In this video, I'm going to be discussing my top 5 credit cards for 2020. But first, really quickly, I want to go over some of the rules that I follow when using credit cards. First and foremost, you really have to know yourself. When you're using credit cards, I highly recommend that you always pay off your balance at the end of every month. You never want to carry any type of balance on any credit card at all. The reason is that you really want to take advantage of the cash back and the points that the credit cards are giving you. And if you spend even a little bit of money paying the bank's interest, pretty much all of those perks just go straight out the window and you may as well have not used credit cards at all. So please make sure that the banks don't win at their own game. Make sure that you're spending on this credit card or these set of credit cards as if you were spending on your debit card and it was getting pulled straight out of your bank. You could use a tool like You Need a Budget in order to manage all of your credit cards in your bank account and make sure that you're not going to end up in a situation where you can't pay off the credit cards at the end of every month. It's a really great tool that I use every single month. If you have any interest in that, feel free to check it out in the links below. Also, with every credit card that you open, you want to make sure that you are gaining a positive expected value. You have to take into account the annual fees of these cards as well, because if not, you'll spend a lot of your money on annual fees and you'll never actually get the return of that money. Again, we want to make sure that we actually get benefits from these cards rather than the banks getting benefits from us. So there are two basic routes that you can go with credit cards. Cashback, which is what most people are familiar with, or travel points. Now, typically you want to take advantage of travel credit cards first, particularly in the Chase ecosystem. And this is something to think about because Chase has one of the best travel reward portals out there. But they also have this rule called the 524 rule. If you're not familiar with the 524 rule, it's actually pretty simple. It pretty much means that Chase won't approve you of any credit cards if you've applied for more than 5 credit cards in the past 24 months. It's actually a pretty ingenious rule because it prioritizes people to use Chase before other companies like Amex or Bank of America or Citibank. But honestly, I really believe that Chase has one of the best travel point systems out there. Now, if you don't have any aspirations to travel, or you know you're not going to be able to travel, or you're still in school, or don't have enough money to travel, then it's probably best that you stick to cashback cards. Now, all the cards that I discuss are going to be in the links below, so feel free to use those links to apply for the cards. Just a reminder, if you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like down there. It really helps me and help grow this channel and help more people out there with personal finance. And also don't forget to leave a comment and give me your opinion about whether you believe cashback cards are better or whether travel point cards are better. Now, the first card on this list is the Discover It secured card. Now, first of all, this is a secured credit card. This card is aimed for somebody with a very small and early credit history or somebody that is trying to rebuild or build their score from the ground up. The reason it's called a secured card is because you need to actually put in some of your money in order for them to hold for a couple of months. And essentially what they're going to do is use your money and lend it back to you for about 8 months just to see and make sure that you're actually paying back the card. But don't worry, because after those 8 months, after you successfully used and paid the card off every single month, you're going to get that $200 or $500, whatever you decide to put down, reimbursed directly back to you. You will then be able to use the card like a standard credit card. Now, this card is great for beginners because there's no annual fee. You get 2% cash back on gas as well as restaurants, and 1% back on everything else. Some of you may already have an established credit score. And if you do, I would say go ahead and skip and pass on the Discover It card and start with this next card. But if you got the Discover It card, I would say go ahead and wait 2 months before applying for this next card. This next card is the Chase Freedom card. This is also a no annual fee card and has a 5% cash back on rotating categories. You will also get back 1% on everything else. And now here's the kicker and where the magic really begins. Credit cards offer sign-up bonuses for using the card within the first couple of months. In the case of the Chase Freedom card, if you spend $500 in the first 3 months of opening the card, you will get $200 cash back. At this point, you will have the choice to either take that cash back or save it and use it for travel points with another card in Chase's portfolio that I'll talk about a little bit later. One thing to keep in mind that if you're going to save up these points, $200 actually equals 20,000 UR points, or Ultimate Reward Chase points. That ratio is going to hold true for all the other cards I mentioned as well in the Chase system. Now, about a month or two after you apply for that Chase Freedom, I would recommend that you also consider going after the Chase Freedom Unlimited card. This is another great beginner card that pairs up excellently with the Chase Freedom. This card has also no annual fee and offers a 1.5% cash back on everything, and that's completely unlimited. So pretty much you're going to use this card as a catch-all for anything that the Freedom card doesn't offer cash back on. The sign-up bonus is exactly the same as a Freedom card, where you will get $200 in cash back or 20,000 UR points. Again, a link for these cards are going to be in the description below. Now, fourth is going to be the card that ties it all together. This is the Chase Sapphire Preferred card. I would recommend applying for this card maybe 3 to 4 months after you got your last Chase card. The point is that you want to make sure that you develop a very good and positive relationship with Chase before applying for this card. This is a card that also requires a highest credit score of at least 720 or higher. I've heard of some people that are able to get this card with scores as low as 690, but I would recommend at least waiting to maybe 710 to get closer to that 720 range before applying for this card. Another thing to note is that you will only have access to one Chase Sapphire card in your name. There's another Sapphire card out there that I'll discuss very briefly a little bit later. Now, because this is a Sapphire card, this is the card that gives you access to that Chase travel portal. Here, you'll be able to combine and utilize all of those UR points or Ultimate Reward points in order to redeem them for travel. Another option is you'll be able to use these points and transfer them to transfer partners like Hyatt Hotels. This card has a $95 annual fee. However, it comes with a lot of perks that I really feel make up for that. First, you'll be getting 2 points for every dollar you spend on travel and dining on this card. The sign-up bonus is also really good right now, with 60,000 UR points up for grabs if you spend $4,000 in the first 3 months. You'll also be able to combine the points you get from your Chase Freedom and Freedom Unlimited and move them toward this card. When you combine the points, you'll be able to use them all for travel redemption. Not only that, but because you have that Sapphire Preferred card, you will also get a 25% bonus in the value that you get from the travel portal. Now, this means if you have 100,000 points accumulated, this will translate to a value of $1,250 in travel. I don't know about you guys, but that's a lot of free money. You will also get other perks like no foreign transaction fees, as well as all of these other perks that I cannot memorize and I'd rather put in a very simple format for you guys to read. I'm gonna go over a very quick note of the big brother to the Chase Sapphire Preferred, and that is the Chase Sapphire Reserve. In 2019, this was a very popular card to upgrade to, which had a $495 annual fee. However, in 2020, they made some changes to this card that have really made it fall out of favor, and I don't recommend for anybody to upgrade this card or get this card in 2020. Some people that may find the benefits of that Chase Sapphire Reserve may want to get the card, but for me, and I think for the majority of people, the Chase Sapphire Reserve really is not a card that benefits us anymore. And lastly, I wanted to include at least one really good, versatile, all cashback card. If you're looking for a very simple, all-round cashback card, this is the one that I would go with. And that card is the Citi Double Cash. This card doesn't have an annual fee and has a very simple 2% cash back on all purchases, completely unlimited. Now, technically, you get 1% cash back when you make the purchase and another % cash back when you pay it. Another note is that this is also a great card if you're going to do any type of balance transfer. So for instance, if you have a balance on another credit card and you're tired of paying that high APR, what you can do is pay Citi a fee to transfer all of that debt over to this credit card, where you will get a 0% APR for the first 18 months. Now, a quick disclaimer, don't use this as an excuse for you to keep carrying credit card debt. You want to pay that off soon. And that, my friends, is my comprehensive list of my top 5 credit cards for January of 2020. Please keep in mind that this list is incredibly short and there's a lot of great credit cards out there. And of course, this list is subject to change as the year goes on and as credit cards make changes, as they often do. If you would like to get my latest thoughts on any particular credit card or anything personal finance, I would highly recommend that you subscribe to this channel and hit that bell notification to get notified when I post my next video. I hope you guys found this video useful. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one.